Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I want to share a few tips for maintenance on your dry suit in order to ensure it's going to stay dry and live as long as possible. Taking proper care of your dry suit really makes a difference, whether it's going to keep you nice and dry for a long time or if it's going to start leaking after a short period of time. So follow these quick steps I have here in order to make sure your dry suit is going to last you as long as possible. As good as any dry suit wants to be, you have to take some maintenance, you have to take care of it if you want this to be a long-lasting product. So here are my top tips in order to ensure the maximum lifetime of your dry suit. First off, dry your suit out after using it. When you're done kayaking, you get back to your house, you get back to camp, just take that extra minute, grab your dry suit, take it out of the car and hang it up somewhere nice so it's dry. Keeping it in the car all wet and damp with your other gear is definitely not gonna help keeping your dry suit alive. If you want to ensure the gaskets live as long as possible, you can either use free aerosol spray, or what I like to use is just cheap and easy talcum powder. Just put in a little bit on the wrist gaskets, on the neck gaskets, and prevent from the latex to get sticky and like start breaking down really quick. That really makes a huge difference, and I definitely had gaskets last me for over a year by doing that, comparing to 3 weeks when I wouldn't do that. So that's definitely a big one, and gasket repairs are not super cheap, so it's well worth investing those $2 or $3 and get that bit of talcum powder. When you use your dry suit, you're kayaking, you sweat in it, there's dirt in it, so just take your dry suit, wash it once a week, once in a time when it's just starting to get dirty. That's definitely going to help it. Again, like sand, all this grinding the fabric is just starting to break it down, so wash your dry suit once in a while and it will once again support the cause. Next up, one of the first things which start to break down are the socks. If you don't use neoprene socks, if you just put your shoes over, there will be sand in it, they will grind on the fabric, it will start to break down really quick. So the easiest way to prevent that is just to put on some thin neoprene socks, put them over your dry suit, and that issue is technically gone and your socks are going to stay dry for a really long time. So as tempting as it might be, please resist the temptation to hang your dry suit up in the blasting sun. The radiation is a killer for all types of gear, but especially for the fabric. So just take your suit, put it up somewhere nice and shady. It might take a minute longer to dry, but your suit and your fabric will stay alive and dry for so much longer. Once in a while, take some care of the zippers of your dry suit. NRS supplies with every dry suit a small box of silicone fat. It's a lubing. You just put it on, close your suit once or twice, and it's all good. But just make sure you do that once in a while, otherwise it can break and that will be a pretty costly repair. Also, make sure your zippers are always free of any debris or sand, because that's definitely a big one why suits start to leak. When you are putting your dry suit away for a while, whether it be because you're going somewhere sunny and you don't need one, or you just won't be kayaking for a while, please just don't pack it up and throw it somewhere in the corner. Put it on a coat hanger, put it somewhere in a dark and shady place like a closet or something. Just treat it as normal gear, and that will definitely maximize the lifespan of your suit by a lot. Make sure you wash your dry suit once in a while. We're kayaking in the dirt, we sweat in it and all that, so it's really good for the dry suit to, once a week, something like that, just give it a quick wash, give it a quick rinse, make sure it's nice and clean, and then hang it up, dry it out, make sure that thing stays clean. I've personally been using this suit for 10 months. I've been dragging it through the thick dense forest of the Pacific Northwest. I've been having this thing wet for over multiple weeks in Norway. This thing has been used on the super heavily sedimented rivers of Tibet, of Ötz. So eventually, no matter how good care you take of it, they will break eventually. For example, my suit right now has a leak in sock, but the good news is pretty much all companies offer really cool and really cheap repair services for those kind of suits. In case of NRS, all I have to do, I have to package my dry suit, ship it off to the repair center in the UK, let them know what needs to be done. They do the job for a really fair price and send it back to me, and I have a basically new dry suit again. I think this is really cool because I don't need a new dry suit every single season, rather use the existing one, take some good care of it, if needed, give it some repairs, and I'll have a dry suit for a couple years just working fine. I hope those few tips could help you guys out a little bit. in the end of the day, there's really no need to buy new gear every single year. Just take a little bit of care here and there and it's all good. So yeah, let me know if that helped anything. I really hope I could show you some new things, and hope to see you guys on the river.